Welcome back, Halo followers. So, today we have some interesting news regarding the franchise development director at 343, Frank O'Connor, having left the studio. Now, this isn't coming from 343 directly, but rather Frank O'Connor's own LinkedIn, where it pretty much confirms that he has left as of March. So, while this isn't 100% solid, I do want to talk about the nuances of this and as well as other prominent people leaving like Kiki Wolfkill and Bonnie Ross. What I heard, a little birdie told me a long time ago, a little birdie that was correct about many other things, was that if 343 failed with Halo Infinite, they would be dissolved and most of the studio would be then transferred for certain affinity to hold the realms of Halo moving forward. So I don't think that's happening. It doesn't seem like it's happening yet, although we do know certain affinity is picking up some major slack here. But I want to focus on this individual, Frank O'Connor. There's a lot of evidence pointing to the fact that this was not a very good leader for Halo, specifically going out of their way potentially, allegedly, to overwrite Bungie canon, effectively breaking lore. Now, full disclaimer, I got into a couple squabbles with this person on Twitter. I've never been a big fan of Frank O'Connor. I have no animosity for this person. I mean, let's just say I'm very glad that he's done leading Halo because it's not a role for him. Previously, he was a content manager for Bungie, primary writer for Bungie Weekly Update throughout Halo 2 and Halo 3, and the creator also of the worst, stupidest Force meme that I cringe at every single time I think about or see Mr. Chief. To be honest, Mr. Chief is a forced meme. I'm going to go on a little rant here for a second. Okay, this guy may have been cute or goofy at first, but remember, the only time this character actually came to life was to patronize you and me and talk down to fans who weren't happy about microtransactions and changes in Halo's core identity. I mean, one key thing I remember hearing this person say was something I'm paraphrasing here was that it's fun and it's good. Like what we've done with Halo 4 is great. And I remember 343 in general, I forgot who it was. They were saying that Halo 4 was not copying any other game. And then Bonnie Ross said that, well, she implied just a couple years ago, yeah, we were actually, trying to follow other things, chasing the dragon, something along those lines. In other words, they were trying to copy Call of Duty for Halo 4. I know that's painful to hear, but it's the truth. By the way, Mr. Chief, it's not cute or goofy or funny at all. It's cringe. Okay, anyway. A lot of people believe that Frank O'Connor was responsible for ruining Halo, and ultimately, I have no idea. Okay, but we do know directly from X343 employees and 343 active 343 employees, people have stated that management has been the problem. That management was leading Halo down, circling the drain for a long time and making very bad, rash decisions. Esport Pros that also helped develop Halo 5 also said the same thing, that they were not being listened to. 343, based on all the years, because I've been doing this for about 12 years, come this June, I will say that I am very confident when I say this. I'm not very sure about this individual, but I am sure about the culture of 343, was that they wanted to overwrite Bungie's legacy. They wanted to have their own legacy, and this is because of ego. And they wanted to purposely change things from Bungie to get away from their legacy so that they could be cooler and better than Bungie instead of making a goddamn Halo game, right? Why I am certain Frank made good decisions, there was one that I think was absolutely awful and really did set the precedent for his leadership and what he was doing there. For example, years back when he admitted publicly that they hired people who hated Halo. So the exact quote is this, and the article I think is actually, let me pull up the date, April 26, 2013. So this was about 10 years ago, but it still has burned a hole in many of our brains because it doesn't make sense. I like the way that Footed Ghost put it. No matter how you slice it, it doesn't make sense, right? It's wrong, okay? He said we had we had people who we hired who hated Halo because of X. But what that really meant was, I feel like this game could be awesome because of Y input that I'm going to bring into it. I want to prove it and I'm passionate about proving it. So we ended up with a bunch of people who were genuinely passionate about the product. That is a huge advantage and that helped in hiring and forming our team. End quote. I would argue, no, it didn't. You found a bunch of people that weren't happy with the core of Halo and wanted to change things, which is pretty much the motto here. And that's why I am so happy and grateful that Bonnie Ross and Frank O'Connor and others are no longer leading Halo because I don't think they were a good fit. I don't think that their leadership was right for this franchise, to be completely honest, and it's just not good. And I want to say, guys, please, please, please do not send any of these people any negative comments or hate. I am speaking from speculation. I am not 100% sure about them causing the downfall of Halo. I just have a strong hunch based on things like this that make me very uneasy about them continuing to work on Halo. So I think that they would be great fits for a new franchise because obviously they have a lot of determination to do things the right way in their way, but it wasn't for Halo. So I'm glad that there is new leadership with Halo, and I really, really, really do not want any more of this stuff where they're hiring people that hate Halo because of X. I love Halo because of X, and I love Halo because of Y. I want to add things to it, not change things, not add all these different aspects to the game that no one asked for, no one wanted. We've been asking for Flood for 10 years, and all they've been able to give us is a bunch of side modes like Spartan Ops and, campaigns about characters that aren't even Master Chief, and broken free-to-play system. I mean, and broken servers. I mean, they just will not do the things that people actually really want to do. They keep doubling down on things that no one asked for and no one wanted. And you have to wonder, is this leadership causing it? Because who else is making major decisions that hundreds of millions of dollars are being poured into? I really don't think it's the bottom level worker. That's why for a while I've been against Fire 343 because most of this talent is from really really well talented, educated Halo fans that are just like me and you. Some of them even watch my channel. Some of them have even done YouTube channels before, most notably like Pixel Flare Studios or Wayne Time and also Fletch from Ultimate Halo. I mean, a lot of these people were just like them and they've been working at Halo for a long time. I just think that the leadership has been not really like watched over after. In fact, my little birdie told me that 343 is essentially a separate company from Microsoft, but they have ties. Obviously, they are owned by Microsoft, but they kind of been working as a free agent for a long time. And Microsoft just has a short list of requirements. Now, this is supposed, allegedly, from what I heard. I don't know 100% if that is true, but it would certainly seem like that has just changed finally, that 343 has finally been scrutinized and kind of remanaged by Microsoft because things are not working probably in the sales department. Why is Halo year after year getting less sales when many other popular franchises are getting more and more sales, right? So, I'm certain that Frank and many other people like Bonnie Ross have made good decisions with Halo. I know Bonnie Ross specifically has made a couple ones that I really do think that were good, but ultimately one of these people, maybe all of them, are partly responsible for Halo's state today, right? And with them no longer being here, at least there's some kind of hope that things can change in the future. This isn't and has never been or never will be a one-person problem. It was many people and a culture at 343 of trying to one-up Bungie, trying to separate themselves from Bungie, and trying to fight internally with like a legacy or ego or something weird about their vision. It wasn't ever about Halo ultimately, and I know the Halo TV show is just a perfect representation of what 343 always wanted Halo to be. in my opinion. I think that's what they really could if they could change Halo and just make a new Halo franchise reboot in a different universe on a different timeline. It would be just like the TV show. So if you have any question about like the leadership. I mean, Frank O'Connor was one of the people that signed off on the screenplay, I believe, according to Wikipedia. I I don't know what to say about that, man. There were so many leadership positions, including I think Bonnie Ross too, that signed off on the screenplay. They were one of the executive producers anyway. So I don't know. And so, anyways, I don't want to send anyone any hate. And besides, again, I'm very much against that, but I'm glad that things are repositioning themselves for potentially good things to happen in the future. But I'm not a fan of the actions done here by 343 for the past 10 years, as with many Halo fans. I don't like that they overwrote Halo lore. I don't like that they were, pushing this stupid meme down our throats. I will never be a fan of Mr. Chief. I think some people think it's funny. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next one soon. You take care. Peace.